Hello there, in this video we are looking at the DJI Ronin S and specifically how to use it with an external receiver. Now whilst the Ronin S app does have an on-screen joystick and you're able to use it to control the gimbal itself, it only works up to 10 or 15 meters because it is Bluetooth, and once you get beyond that range the signal drops and you lose control. If you did want the ability to control it on a further distance, the way to do it is using a standard RC receiver and a remote controller, because DJI have built in this functionality as well as the ability to use the external remote controller that they'll have available coming soon. Now you may or may not have noticed that on one side of the focus wheel there is an S bus stroke CAN bus switch. So to use this you will need to place it into the S bus setting, and then on the other side of the focus wheel, and for me that's on the bottom because I'm left-handed and I've got it on the right hand side, you then have a little plug. And on that plug is 4 pins. You will only need to use 3 of them, connect it to your S-Bus receiver and then use it on your remote controller to control the gimbal. Now the wiring for this is not the same as a standard RC connector. Normally you have ground, 5 volt in the middle, and then signal for your S-Bus on a normal receiver wiring. However, because this is DJI's CAN bus connector, it is slightly different. Pin 1 is 5 volt, pin 2 is ground, and pin 3 is still signal. To do this, looking at the front of the focus wheel, pin 1 is the closest pin to the front, which is the 5 volt connector. The next one back is then ground, and then the third one is the signal wire. Now for the purposes of this I've simply used a temporary cable that allows me to demonstrate it for you guys. If you were going to use a standard RC connector you would simply need to swap the ground pin and the live pin around, and then you can simply plug it in and it will work straight away. Now it uses channels 1 to 4 on your radio, and you will need to set them as you would normally set it on any standard setup, and once you've done it you then have control over the pan motor, you have control over the pitch up and down, as well as the roll motor on the back. And what it means is over great distances you will be able to control your gimbal and do some actually quite interesting moves if you didn't want to use the onboard features with the DJI Ronin app. Now there is 1 or 2 little downsides to this, and the first is you cannot control the camera itself. I'm using this with the GH5, which does have focus and start-stop control over the onboard functions with the Ronin S. However, they haven't appeared to have programmed a channel that allows you to trigger that. I've tested it on all of the S-Bus channels that I have available, and none of them trigger the focus or the start-stop record or the shutter on the camera itself, unfortunately. So if you were doing this, manual camera control would have to be done next to the unit, or you'd have to set it and then move a distance. Now what it does mean by doing this is you can use it up to any range you really want to and the capability of your receiver. Further to this, I have actually seen someone post a video of them using it with DJI Lightbridge 2, and what they've then done is plug the HDMI port into the side of the camera, the D-Bus S-Bus into the bottom of the Ronin S, and that's given them wireless control and video over a much greater range. So it is something else you could do if you were looking for that remote control. So if you've mounted the Ronin S on a bonnet of a vehicle or something like that and you didn't want to use the Bluetooth, then this gives you another option. That is it for this video. I hope the information has been useful. Please do subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, there are some links in the description. Please do use them. It helps me keep making videos like this, and I will do another one soon.